All right, so today we're diving into something that I think a lot of us dream about, creating that perfect outdoor space.
Yeah.
A space you can enjoy year-round.
Year-round, exactly.
We're talking about porch enclosures.
Yeah.
And today we've got a contractor's perspective to guide us through this.
And not just any contractor. These folks at Green Exterior Remodeling, they've been installing these systems,
Right.
both Sunspace and Eze Breeze, for years.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
They've seen it all. They know what holds up, what falls apart, and they're giving us the no-nonsense breakdown.
Yeah, it's like having that friend who's done all the home improvement projects and can tell you what really matters.
Exact.
So we're going beyond the brochures here.
Absolutely.
We're getting into the nitty-gritty
Will do.
of these two popular systems, Sunspace and Eze Breeze.
And you know what I think is so fascinating about this article?
Yeah.
Is that they don't just list features or anything like that. They really walk us through their evolving experience with both of these systems over time.
Yeah.
And you really see the aha moments that change their perspective.
I love that.
As they were going through this.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
What are these systems all about?
All right, so both Sunspace and Eze Breeze, they both promise protection from the elements, right?
Right.
So you can enjoy your porch rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Exactly. And they both use those cool flexible panels that you can open and close for ventilation.
Right.
But our contractor quickly learned that those similarities can be deceiving.
Yes, and this is where that firsthand experience is so valuable.
Right.
They started noticing this worrying trend with Eze Breeze, that the quality just wasn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
Thinner aluminum frames that felt flimsy.
Yeah.
More prone to damage.
Flimsy and prone to damage.
You can practically hear the contractor wincing as they're describing finding bent frames and damaged vinyl right out of the box.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's a nightmare when you're trying to get a project done.
Absolutely. And, it's interesting because those seemingly small details, right, can have big implications down the line.
Totally.
Think about it. A thinner aluminum frame is more likely to bend or warp over time.
Especially with the snow loads.
Especially with those heavy snow loads we get in the winter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about aesthetics.
Right.
It's about structural integrity, how well these things will hold up to the elements year after year.
Exactly.
And that's where Sunspace starts to pull ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell that the contractor really appreciates the robust feel of Sunspace's thicker aluminum frames.
Right.
They just feel more solid and well-built.
Right.
And that translates into a sense of confidence that you're investing in something that's really gonna last.
Yeah, the difference between, buying a sturdy piece of furniture that, will be in the family for years.
Yes.
Versus that cheap, wobbly table that you just know is going to fall apart.
That's a great analogy.
After a couple of uses.
Yeah, and it gets even more interesting when we look at how these systems actually operate.
Okay.
Those panels that slide open and closed.
Right.
Well, the contractor's experience really highlights a world of difference between Eze Breeze and Sunspace in terms of that smooth operation and the maintenance.
And this is where I feel like the contractor's frustration with Eze Breeze really comes through.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about constantly having to fiddle with the moving parts.
Yeah.
Those springs and plastic components that seem to just break down all the time.
Right, and the constant need for lubrication to keep things moving.
But then that lubrication attracts dirt and bugs, creating more cleaning.
It's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle of maintenance that can really take the joy out of having this beautiful porch enclosure.
Exactly.
You're basically spending more time maintaining the system than you are actually enjoying it.
Right.
Sounds exhausting.
It does sound exhausting.
And here's where Sunspace shines again. The contractor raves about their smooth gliding, lubricant-free design.
You just slide those panels open and close without any fuss.
It's that effortless functionality that really makes a difference in the long run.
Yeah.
You're not constantly battling with the system.
Yeah.
It just works the way it's supposed to.
Right.
And for busy homeowners who don't want to spend their weekends tinkering with their porch enclosure,
right,
that's a huge selling point.
Huge selling point.
Yeah.
It's all about maximizing enjoyment and minimizing hassle.
Exactly.
So far, Sunspace scoring points for durability and ease of use.
Yeah.
But let's move on to panel design and customization.
Okay.
Now, this is where things get a little more nuanced because Eze Breeze actually offers more customization options.
They do.
Which might be tempting for some homeowners who want a truly unique design.
Right. You want to do something really different.
Exactly.
Yeah. But our contractor raises a little bit of a red flag about this customization.
Okay.
Because those seemingly endless options can actually lead to inconsistencies in panel sizes.
Oh, really? Within a single project.
So you could end up with different size panels in the same enclosure.
Yeah, potentially. And that sounds like a recipe for installation headaches.
Yeah, I would think so.
And then it creates a logistical nightmare for maintenance and replacement down the line.
Right, what if one panel breaks?
Right, exactly. You have to track down that specific size. It can be a real pain.
So that flexibility comes at a cost.
It does.
Potential headaches and increased expenses in the long run.
Yeah, you got it.
And what about Sunspace? What does our contractor say about their panel design?
Sunspace keeps it simple
Okay,
and consistent.
like that.
They offer uniform panel sizes within each enclosure bay,
Okay,
which makes installation and maintenance much smoother.
yeah.
It's that measure twice, cut once philosophy
Yes,
applied to porch enclosures.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's all about streamlining the process, making things easier for everyone involved.
exactly.
Plus, the contractor mentions that those consistent panel sizes give Sunspace enclosures a cleaner, more modern look.
It's that attention to detail
Oh.
that sets Sunspace apart. They've thought through every aspect of the design, not just how it looks,
Right,
but how it functions and how it will hold up over time.
that's key.
Yeah. And speaking of that long-term view, let's talk about something I think no homeowner wants to deal with.
Oh,
Maintenance.
yeah, this is where the differences between Sunspace and Eze Breeze, I feel like, become glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
Our contractor does not sugarcoat it.
No.
They describe battling constant upkeep with Eze Breeze,
Right.
almost like it's a second job.
It's those little things
Yeah.
that add up over time.
Right.
Remember those constant lubrication needs?
Yeah.
We'll add to that the wear and tear on the vinyl and the screens.
Oh, yeah.
The contractor talks about constantly having to retension screens and replace broken components.
So it sounds like you're constantly patching things up
Uh-huh.
just to keep the system functioning.
Right.
Not exactly a relaxing way to enjoy your outdoor oasis.
Not at all. And think about the long-term costs there.
Yeah.
If you're constantly replacing parts and spending your weekends on maintenance,
Yeah.
that initial savings on Eze Breeze starts to disappear pretty quickly.
It's like that old saying, you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
And when it comes to porch enclosures, investing in quality upfront can save you a lot of headaches and expenses down the line.
Absolutely.
So where does Sunspace stand on the maintenance front?
I love how the contractor sums it up.
Okay.
They say Sunspace is a dream.
Okay.
Durable frames, minimal upkeep, just basic cleaning to keep things in good shape.
Yeah.
It's the low-maintenance solution
It really is.
that busy homeowners crave.
Yeah, it's like the difference between having a car that runs smoothly for years with just routine oil changes
Right.
versus one that's constantly in the shop for repairs.
Yeah,
Peace of mind versus constant headaches.
exactly. And that peace of mind extends to the entire process,
Okay.
even before the installation begins.
Okay.
The contractor shares some pretty eye-opening experiences with shipping and delivery. And let's just say they're not singing Eze Breeze's praises.
They don't hold back, do they?
No, they don't hold back.
Bent panels, improper packaging project delays.
It's all there.
They've seen it all.
Yeah, and it's not just frustrating.
Right.
It costs everyone time and money.
Yeah.
It creates this ripple effect. Imagine you're a homeowner.
Yeah.
You're so excited to get your new porch enclosure installed.
Right.
And then the project gets delayed because the panels arrive damaged.
Oh, that's the worst.
Some major disruption.
Total buzzkill.
Yeah.
And Sunspace, again, coming out, looking like the reliable friend
Right.
you can always count on.
Seems like they have their logistics down to a science,
Yeah.
which is crucial when you're dealing with such a large-scale project like this.
Nobody wants to be left waiting for weeks because of shipping mishaps.
Nope.
Speaking of waiting,
Okay.
let's talk about lead times.
All right.
We all know time is money,
It is.
and no one wants their project to drag on forever. And this is where Eze Breeze's inconsistencies can really throw a wrench in the works.
Uh-huh.
The contractor describes lead times that are all over the map,
Okay.
especially during peak seasons.
That makes sense.
We're talking delays of several weeks,
Oh, wow.
which can be a deal breaker for some homeowners.
I bet.
So if you're on a tight timeline or just don't want to be left in limbo,
Yeah.
Eze Breeze might not be the best choice.
Right.
Sunspace, on the other hand, consistently delivers faster, more reliable lead times,
Good.
often half the time of Eze Breeze.
Wow.
So you get your beautiful new porch sooner,
Right.
and the contractor can move on to their next project
And everybody's happy.
without unnecessary delays.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered build quality operation, design maintenance, shipping, and lead times.
That's a wall.
What's left?
What's left?
Oh, yes. Customer support.
Us.
This is where things can get really dicey if you run into problems down the road.
Richard.
And based on the contractor's experience, Eze Breeze falls short in this department as well.
Oh, no.
They describe slow response, difficulty getting in touch with someone for warranty claims, and a general feeling of being left to fend for themselves.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
It's like they're washing their hands of responsibility once the product is out the door.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of support you want
No.
when you've invested a significant amount of money in a home improvement project.
Absolutely not. You want to know that the company stands behind their product
Right.
and is there to help you if something goes wrong.
And that's where Sunspace really shines.
Yeah.
They have this network of local dealers who are responsive, knowledgeable, and genuinely committed to helping customers.
It seems like they really go above and beyond.
Yeah, it's that personal touch that can make all the difference.
Absolutely.
You're not dealing with some faceless corporation. You're working with real people who care about your satisfaction.
I like it.
So after walking us through all the ups and downs of their experience with both systems, what's the final verdict from Green Exterior Remodeling?
Well, they're putting all their chips on Sunspace.
Okay.
They clearly state that Sunspace is the superior choice, even though it might come with a slightly higher upfront cost.
Right.
And they really emphasize that the long-term costs associated with Eze Breeze, those repairs,
Yeah.
the maintenance headaches, and the quality issues
Right.
end up outweighing any initial savings.
That's a classic case of penny wise, pound foolish.
Exactly.
You might save a few bucks up front with Eze Breeze,
Uh-huh.
but you'll likely pay for it in the long run
Yeah.
with frustration, inconvenience, and potentially even more expenses.
Yeah, you're right.
And Green Exterior Remodeling backs up their recommendation.
They do.
With their own stellar reputation, they have over 423 five-star reviews,
Wow.
which speaks volumes about their commitment to quality and customer satisfaction.
That's impressive.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak.
Yeah.
But they also acknowledge something important,
Okay.
that Eze Breeze might appeal to some homeowners because of that lower initial cost.
Right.
So there's a trade-off to consider.
There is. It highlights a crucial point.
Yeah.
Understanding your own priorities when making a home improvement decision.
That's huge.
Are you willing to compromise on quality and potentially deal with more headaches down the line
Right.
to save money up front? Or is peace of mind, durability, and long-term value more important to you?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is, and only you can answer it
Yeah.
based on your own needs and budget and tolerance for risk.
And that's where this contractor's experience, I think, becomes so invaluable.
Oh, for sure.
They've walked in your shoes, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they're sharing their hard-earned wisdom to help you navigate that decision-making process.
Right. It's like having a trusted advisor in your corner, guiding you through that maze of
Cool.
options and potential pitfalls.
So let's put ourselves in the homeowner's shoes. Knowing what we do now about the potential long-term costs and headaches associated with Eze Breeze, would you be willing to gamble on that lower initial price?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Or would you invest in the peace of mind that comes with Sunspace's higher quality and reliability?
That's the question I'd encourage you to ponder as you weigh your options.
Yeah.
And remember, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Right.
It's about finding the best fit for your individual needs and your budget and your priorities.
Absolutely well said.
Thank you.
And if you're craving more information about Sunspace products or the services offered by Green Exterior Remodeling,
Yes.
their website is a great resource.
Definitely check it out.
They've got a wealth of information to help you explore your options
Yeah.
and make an informed decision.
It's always a good idea to do your research.
Yeah.
Gather as much information as possible.
Well,
Maybe even consult with a few different contractors
yes.
before making such a significant investment in your home.
It's sad. Absolutely. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of porch enclosures.
We made it.
We hope you found this contractor's perspective helpful and insightful.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
It really has.
We hope this information empowers you to make the best decision for your home and your lifestyle.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.
Yeah, it really does sound like they've thought of everything.
They have.
From those little design details to the big picture stuff like customer support.
And that focus on the entire customer experience
Right.
is probably why they have such rave reviews.
Yeah.
423 five-star ratings.
That's not an accident.
That's not a coincidence. That speaks to a company that is committed to quality
At every level.
at every level.
Okay, so for our listener who's been patiently taking all of this in, let's bring it back to their own porch project.
Right.
What are the
Yeah.
key takeaways here? Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that the initial price tag isn't the whole story.
Right.
It's tempting to go for the cheaper option, especially with a big project like this.
Sure.
But with Eze Breeze, that lower upfront cost might come back to bite you
Yeah.
in the form of constant maintenance repairs, even replacements down the line.
It's that classic lesson we've all learned at some point. Sometimes spending a little more upfront saves you a lot of hassle and money in the long run.
100%.
And with Sunspace, you're not just paying for a product, you're paying for peace of mind.
That's it.
You're paying for a system that's built to last,
Yes.
that's easy to use, and that comes with a company that stands behind their product.
Exactly.
So if you're the type of homeowner who values quality, durability, hassle-free living Sunspace, might be worth that extra investment.
It sounds like it.
But ultimately, the decision comes down to you and your priorities.
Of course, your individual needs and circumstances.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's where this deep dive becomes so valuable.
For sure.
We've gone beyond the marketing hype and gotten into the real-world experiences of a contractor who's worked with both systems.
Exactly. And that kind of insider knowledge
Yeah.
is priceless.
It's like having a trusted friend giving you the honest truth,
Yeah,
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
all of it.
And with that information, you can make a more confident and informed decision.
You can.
So for our listener out there who's ready to transform their porch into that dream outdoor space,
Yes.
here's a final thought to chew on.
Okay.
Imagine yourself 5 years from now, sitting on your porch enjoying a beautiful evening.
Right.
Are you peacefully sipping a drink, grateful for the smooth, effortless operation of your Sunspace enclosure?
Nice.
Or are you struggling to fix a broken panel on your Eze Breeze system,
Oh.
wishing you had made a different choice?
That's a powerful image.
It is.
It really highlights the importance of thinking long term,
Yeah.
considering not just the immediate cost, but the potential future headaches and expenses.
Right. It's about investing in the lifestyle you want, not just the product.
So true.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We hope this deep dive has given you the information and the insights you need to create that perfect outdoor space, one that brings you joy for years to come.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure joining you on this journey.
It has been. Thanks for having me.
Happy porch planning.
Happy porch planning.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
See you next time.
We'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration.